Gents, if you watched my live stream the other day, you probably realized I told you all that I almost didn't do the live stream because I just wasn't into it. I wasn't feeling good. And I want to give you an explanation of what I was going through, the kind of things that was on my mind, and why I believe winter is here and why simps caused it. And when I say simps cause it, I'm talking about weak-ass dudes. Weak-ass dudes are out here doing things that are affecting my life and are affecting your life. But I don't want you to just hear it from me. I came across a video clip of a man who said exactly kind of the same thing that I was going through that happened to me.
So I just made the biggest mistake probably that I've ever made in my life. Last night, couldn't sleep, looked at the files, started with documents, moved on to video, and my God, bloody hell. We're living in bloody hell. I had to stop because I can't unsee what I saw. In my life, I watched horror movies, not even close. Blood-curdling screams of young kids, the fear in these children. These people are the devil walking earth. The devil is on earth. It was horrible. Unaliving of children. The idea that they've been unaliving children, cutting up intestines and eating them, unaliving babies, violating, essaying these children. I mean, I've never in my life, if you had told me in my wildest dreams, I swear, maybe I'm naive. Am I naive? But if you told me in my wildest dreams that this kind of thing was happening in this country, or in, with the Vatican and all this whole circle of pain and power, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you. There's no way I would have believed you. I said, there's no way. Full of shit. I had to go see for myself because I keep taking, third-party accounts of this thing. And yeah, my solution is that whole government that's allowing this to happen, the leaders need to go. They need to be taken out of their positions because we can't trust them. Our whole system is being undermined. We're looking like the fool of the earth. Everybody's laughing at us, and we sit here and do nothing. This is my activism. But if people want to rally or do whatever it is, I'm in. Go to the Capitol, I'm in. Because this is bad, man. I feel like ashamed to be human. And we're just letting it go. As I said before, if it was Obama, oh my goodness, what are we doing?
What this man just said is everything that I've been thinking. I came across a video within the last week, and you could tell it was an older man, and it was a video, but you couldn't see it clearly. But this older man was literally terrifying, scaring the kid. I mean, I'm talking about got this kid trying to yell his name, and the kid is in sheer horror. And you can tell it's just that old man voice sound, just terrorizing these kids. And what I heard that they do is disgusting. That they get the kids afraid so their adrenaline spikes. All that stuff, the hormones that flood when you're scared. And then they get high off of the blood. I didn't know how to do a live stream after that. So when I say thank you to you gents that, came through the live stream, y'all made me feel normal for a little bit. Because what I saw, what I heard, that's just one thing. But you realize that it's so much deeper than just these kids, which this is horrible enough. This should be disqualifying. This used to be disqualifying. Obama wore a tan suit and it was like the biggest scandal. Yet our president, the leader of the free world, his name is 1,000,000 times in these files, 1,000,000 times. And that's just the ones that we have, or the ones that are released. This would have been disqualifying for anybody. And the fact that you have a government full of people that are just letting this go. The party in power, letting it go. If their hand wouldn't have been forced, they wouldn't have did shit about it. And I don't want to hear about both sides this. Right now, there's one side that's in charge. One side that campaigned on this. I don't do politics on this channel, but this ain't politics. Because the people connected that are doing this shit run everything. Our country, other places, we've been fooled, we've been had. Simps are running this shit. Weak ass dudes that have to prey upon kids. That's who's running it. So when Kevin Samuel said the winner was here, and because the people that were in charge were going to be anti-women, I've told y'all, don't be angry at these women. Work on you. When I said that winter was coming, I didn't know that these files were going to come out, but I knew the people in charge are absolute, the incarnate of evil. How can the person that runs everything get on TV, say that he touched somebody inappropriately, and still end up being elected to the office? How is it that someone that calls himself a leader can be convicted of 34 felony counts and still become president? Hell, if you get a felony, right, for felony possession or something like that, you can barely put your name on a job application. Really think about that. You can't get no job. You barely can get a job. You barely have anybody take a chance on you. So I'm going to say this. If you don't want to rock with this channel after what I just said, because it affects your politics or whatever, then go. We're up here worried about Bad Bunny on the Super Bowl singing in Spanish, which was very good. Super Bowl halftime show was probably better than the Super Bowl. But that's neither here nor there. The point being is you got people mad about that shit, but they're not mad over a dozen cabinet officials, past and present, are in the files. That don't make you angry?
We have some very serious Epstein files that I've been able to find over the past several hours that you need to know about, including those that mention the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Let this serve as a trigger warning because these documents are very graphic. The first document is a screen grab for what appears to be an affidavit signed under the penalty of perjury by Tiffany Doe, which is a pseudonym for someone else. It was signed on June 18th, 2016. And paragraph 14 says, quote, I personally witnessed defendant Trump telling the plaintiff that she shouldn't ever say anything if she didn't want to disappear like the 12-year-old female, and that he was capable of having her whole family killed. Paragraph 16, I'm coming forward to swear to the truthfulness of the physical and sexual abuse that I personally witnessed of minor females at the hands of Mr. Trump and Mr. Epstein, including the plaintiff during the time of my employment from the years of 1990 to 2000 for Mr. Epstein. I swear to these facts under the penalty of perjury. Now, this document was not accompanied by any other allegations. We don't have numbers 1 through 13. We also don't know what case this is a part of, so I'm still looking. The second document is an email from Richard Branson to Jeffrey Epstein from September 11th, 2013. The red underline, quote, it was really nice seeing you yesterday. The boys in water sports can't stop speaking about it. Anytime you're in the area, would love to see you as long as you bring your harem. Finally, this is an image that was found that's Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew. He's crouching on all fours over a young girl.
These are the people that you support if you don't think this is wrong. This shit right here. This is what you support. Ain't nothing about this making us great. Not a goddamn thing. If anything, people can't find jobs right now. Both men and women. Yes, men cannot find jobs right now. Qualified brothers cannot find work. They are making people start off at salaries below what they do because of this AI push. And they are okay with AI coming in and taking your job. White collar jobs are going to be gone. So all that high salary paying jobs, right? Making America great, that shit is gone. Them days are about to be done. Now, this is kind of what we talk about when we say winter is here. Because all those little cushy jobs that anybody can do and your ChatGPT can do, them shits is gone. All those stupid ass degrees that women went and got, them shits is gone. brothers who actually got skills, who actually know how to work on some shit, fix some shit, that shit is gonna still be in demand. And I highly suggest that you go get a trade. Go to a trade school now. Go right now. Go into a trade school that you know ain't no robot gonna be able to do for at least another 10, 15, 20 years. Get into that job. Because then if you know how to do it, you'll be able to set your own prices. But all those cushy office jobs, gone. Winter is here. But winter's gonna affect everybody. Because you gotta understand, when people don't have jobs, money is not flowing into the economy. If money's not flowing into the economy, then you start having depressions in the economy. That's why when you go look at old coal mining towns or these old towns down south that used to be booming and stuff, and now they're dead, and now people can't find jobs in there, people get hooked on stuff, substances. You know why that happens? It happens because the industry in that community dies. And then in the cities, it gets to the point that we can't afford to live in the cities. This is a trickle effect that is going to affect us all. Just because winter is going to affect one group more than the other doesn't mean that we're all not going through it. We're all going through it because of weak ass dudes like this.
Did y'all see the part of the Epstein files where they would take the baby from the mother they impregnated, wrap the baby in rope, and then throw it into the swamp and let the baby scream, call the alligator until the alligator came and ate the baby? And they would either take the alligator and eat it, or they would just sit there and laugh and do it all over with another baby for funsies. Or did you see the part where they put a bunch of women in a room to breed more kids, and they would even have them sleep with their sons because boys come out with sperm no matter how old they are, and then they would laugh and call them motherfuckers, but they kept doing it because they needed more money. And then they would sell the children off for funds. Or the part where they said that they made sure that the moms were so messed up that they even strategically for generations made sure that their ancestors to come would be so mentally distraught and traumatized, and they would also interfere with things like purchasing homes, purchasing lands, and even mess with their careers and how much money they can make. Or how they strategically would harass them for like their generations and keep up with them and make sure that they just had a horrible experience. No, because that's what happened to enslaved African Americans.
Absolutely.
These are the ancestors of those cruel enslavers. They were all cruel, but these are their ancestors today. Nobody cares until the skin is white.
What she just described, these type of things are happening in the Epstein files. And to black people, this should be no surprise because they did it to us. And even though right now people are finding out it's happening to white children, no one is doing anything. People rush the Capitol off of a lie that has never been proven to be other than a lie. They rush the Capitol. They unalived police officers. But where are they right now when hearing this? You know why? Because a lot of them touch kids too. A lot of them do these kind of things and would want to do this to us if they could. I literally watched a show today where a dude who was a obvious racist was up on Capitol Hill, and then he wrote some stuff, and then when they asked him in question, well, what is white culture? What are you trying to explain? He couldn't even explain. He said, well, the way our churches are different from their other people, and think about the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny in it, and that's what they're worried about. They're worried about their culture changing. Instead of actually contributing to the culture, they sit there and worry about what other people are doing. These are weak ass dudes. The dudes who were sitting up here coming in these type of spaces crying about not having no women, and instead of just, hey, let me make myself better, let me go see what other options, the same things that we tell our men to do. No, they can't do that. And this is not all dudes. I just want to make that clear. This channel is about men, but we're talking about weak ass dudes right now that listen to a bunch of other weak ass dudes. Say what you will about this channel, and the reason why I'm talking about this today, because we got a bunch of weak ass men out here. Because now we're seeing that what was done to us has been done to the world. And these people have gained more power and more influence because a bunch of dumbasses allowed it to be so. A lot of greedy people along the way went along with it. A lot of people turn their heads to it. Can you as a man hear this stuff and think this shit is normal? How can... None of this shit is normal.
The Epstein files are the reality of what enslavement was. It wasn't this cookie cutter, sugar coated BS that we see in movies.
No.
This is what happened to African Americans.
Yes.
Where is the same outrage from our government? for us. And I'm not taking away the severity of this from the survivors. But again, now y'all see it.
For years, when this was happening to us, when we talked about getting unalived in the streets, or back in the day when, people would say, well, that was so long ago. They still unalived people. They unalived people that went to vote. They unalived us when we tried to create cities. Oh, go ahead, y'all need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Every time we tried to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, they decided, no, you can't be better than us. Or you can't even do your own thing, because you might be better than us. You got a dude who goes before Capitol Hill talking about white culture. White culture is always appropriated from our culture. And when our culture was doing too well, what did they come do? They always stole from us. They steal from everybody and then get mad because their culture is disappearing. You never had a culture. You never did. Your culture has been to do exactly what we're seeing in these files. Back in the day, you would have the same thing happen. Oh, this person is smart. A smart person doing something, learning science. They were witches or heretics. And they burned them. And then if you didn't believe what they wanted you to, then they put you up on a cross. So when I say there's a bunch of weak ass dudes out here, best believe there's a bunch of weak ass men out here. Listen, this is so bad. You have people, leaders from around the world who are speaking on this, but I'm gonna let you hear one right now.
This is a message to the American people. Greetings from Baghdad, Laughter Republic. The proud people of America, the greatest country on earth. Everything is collapsing in your country. You have now become a laughing stock where 1% is getting richer and the remaining percentage is getting poorer. Some citizens are walking around the streets of America like zombies due to drugs. You cannot continue to live like this. It's not fair on you and your children. We are the greatest producers of eggs. For 200 years, you have been denied human rights, freedom of speech. Don't let your leaders get away with it. Be brave, dare to dream. This is your time, American people. It is your time. Seize the opportunity. We can help you if you want, with good food, which will prepare you for freedom. Good drinks, which will prepare you for freedom. Good luck, American people. You deserve better.